Cardiff City travel to Bradford and get a massive 3 points. It was stressful to watch, but defended like warriors. Some real good goals in this game as well, or two particularly really good goals from both teams. But look, I thought first 5 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes was quite even, up and down. Cardiff did settle, and they looked real good. They looked real nice. They were popping the ball about really nicely, and they just looked at it in the first half on the ball. Alex Robertson breaks free. A lovely third man run, picks the ball up, it goes across to Tanner. Tanner puts it in to David Turnbull. He sends the defender with a feint with his left, put it back on his right, and absolutely whips it in the top corner. Unstoppable shot. 1-0 Cardiff, and after that Cardiff looked electric. A bit like the Wickham game in that first sort of 20 minutes. They were just popping it about, 1-2 touch. Really fluid football and really good, and Bradford was struggling at that point. And they made it count. They didn't create loads of chances in this game, or certainly not as many as they do normally. I haven't had a look at the XG, but I'll have to have a look. But they got that second goal, and that was the important one, because that gave them that cushion. It came out to Tanner, short corner, comes to Tanner, or back to Tanner, and he puts in lovely little slotted ball into Calum Chambers at the near post, who just flicks it with a little back heel into the far corner, and it was 2-0, and Bradford looked shell-shocked, and you can understand why. It's not very often that they concede at home. It's not very often that they lose at home. I think they lost one in the last year at home, and when they score first, they never lose. So, you know, for Cardiff to go 2 up was massive. Cardiff sat back a little bit after, probably, they were alright for about 5 minutes after that second goal, and then they started to sit back a little bit. And maybe that, you know, you got to give Bradford credit. They came into it and they did really well. They've got really dangerous wide players, and they got it into them, and they isolated players. You had a couple of fullbacks on bookings, and yeah, 2-0 half time, and then it's backs to the wall in many ways. I thought Cardiff started the second half okay, but Bradford scored a sensational goal, top corner from Metcalf. Unstoppable. You can't, like, sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say it's a good goal. You can't, keeper can't save it. The players got out to it, but it was just a great finish into the top corner, and that flips the game into a real nervy spell. And I thought what Brian Barry Murphy did really well tactically is he had to bring Perry Ng off, so he brings on Joel Colwell. And I thought at the time, ooh, that's a bit of a call, because could he have put Dylan Lawler there? He's played there before. But he went with Joel for his energy. Joel got booked, which was a booking, but then that you're thinking, oh, is he going to get caught because he's not used to playing there? But he was really energetic, really up and down. And Brian Barry Murphy held on, made his other substitutions, your Ashfords, your Isaac Davis, etc., for the wingers, which is normal. But then he waited, and then he brought Will Fish on for Salic, and Cardiff went 5 at the back then for the last 10 minutes or so. And I thought they defended throughout the second half like absolute warriors. Bradford didn't really create much. I thought Cardiff defensively were excellent. And a word for Gabe Osho. I know he makes people nervous on when he's in possession, but I just think for the second week in a row, defensively, absolutely outstanding. Blocks, tackles, just really wanted it. I thought he was very good on the ball as well. And yeah, Calum Chambers was excellent considering he hasn't trained all week. Joe Bagan, again, excellent. Joel Colwell did a good job at right back and then right wing back. And then Isaac Davis, Callum Robinson, Keane Ashford just gave us a little something on the break without really creating anything. But I thought Cardiff saw the game out well for that last sort of 10-15 minutes, or 10 minutes plus injury, so 7 minutes of injury time. And look, it's a massive result. Yes, you want to get a cushion between you and second, and I think it's a couple of points, but to get that cushion between first and third is massive, because that's the, you know, the automatic promotion spots. It's a massive result for Cardiff City. They got a few injuries, and I think they probably will need to dip into this January market, if I'm honest. But we'll see if they pull them off. But what a huge result! Defensively excellent, and they scored their goals even without creating a lot of chances. Bit of a war of attrition, but you'll take it all day. It was stressful to watch. 3 points, nervy, But 3 points away from home is massive anyway. 3 points away from home at a team that never loses at home, or rarely loses at home, and who are third in the league, is absolutely huge. Shout out to Brian Barry Murphy, shout out to the Cardiff City defenders, and most of all, shout out to the 2,000 Cardiff City fans who made the trip and who were up at 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Come on.